Hello, everyone, and welcome to the presentation on choosing grade 11 courses. My name is Mr. Pasuti. I am one of the 3 guidance counselors here at Georgetown District High School. I'm going to overview what you need to know, what you need to think about for your course choices for your grade 11 year. So this presentation is really aimed at current grade 10 students and their families. I'm going to navigate to the slideshow that I'll present to you by going and by pulling it up directly on our school website. So if you go to geo.hdsb.ca, that's our main high school website. Over on the right and at the top, you'll see the guidance office. Just click guidance and scroll down to course selection, grades 10 to 12. So on this subpage of the guidance website is everything that you need to know about course selection for this school year and looking forward to future school years as well, including all the courses that we offered, the program book with all the descriptions, what you need to graduate, and how to use My Blueprint. But really, what I'm going to do here is scroll down to selecting grade 11 courses. This presentation that you're currently watching, I'll link to this section on the website as soon as I'm done this presentation. But you can access the slides from this presentation directly by clicking on the link under the grade 11 tab here. So really, for our current grade 10s, as they think about choosing their grade 11 courses, really what we want students to do is to make wise choices for whatever their post-secondary destination is, their initial post-secondary destination after high school. So we just want students and their families to have some forethought and to have some planning as to what those initial destinations after high school will be. This really starts with the backwards plan. So what we ask our grade 10 students is that they research jobs, they research careers, or even just general fields of study, fields of interest that they might be interested in down the line, down in the future. And then think about, well, how do you get there? Is it through an apprenticeship or college, work, or university? So if that's the way to get there, what is the actual pathway that's needed? Is it college first and then university? Is it university, then college? Is it workplace and then apprenticeship? It may be a combination of a number of those things. And then as you come closer to today's date, therefore, what grade 12 courses do I need in order to gain entry, a prerequisite really, to those post-secondary programs? And then the result is, what grade 11 courses do I need to take in order to take the grade 12s in order to get into those post-secondary programs to get the job that I want in the future? So that's really what we call the backwards plan. Today, what we're going to be doing is considering a number of different things, including diploma requirements, post-secondary requirements, some specialty programs that we offer at Georgetown, and the new pathway destination vocabulary for course types, and then also things you need to think about like personal interest, your own strengths, and your limitations as a student going into grade 11. In terms of diploma requirements, in order to earn your OSSD, your Ontario Secondary School Diploma, and to be on pace for that, all grade 11 students must take 1 English and 1 math course. Typically in grade 9 and grade 10, there are a lot more compulsories than there are elective courses, but that really does change in grade 11, and it really opens up for grade 11 students to take up to 6 electives. So we want students to choose their 6 electives in grade 11 plus English and math. There are these things called group requirements, group 1, group 2, and group 3. We just ask that students keep track through their My Blueprint account on how many of these group requirements they have already achieved through their elective choices in grade 9 and grade 10. You just need to make sure that you are meeting all 3 of those things. And oftentimes through their natural course selection by grade 11, students would meet these things already. But that's just something to keep in mind, that you have taken an additional credit in each one of these groups. Now, before we actually talk about what courses there are to take in grade 11, it's something to keep in mind is summer school. Sometimes summer school can be a really popular thing for some students to do. Maybe they want to fast track to a future grade, like they're in the summer between grade 10 and grade 11, and they want to take a grade 11 credit to maybe get ahead. Sometimes students are needing to make a credit or earn a credit that they didn't earn in their grade 9 or grade 10 year. Really, when you are thinking about taking a summer school course, perhaps like English or math, I do not want you to put that course into My Blueprint. If you're going to be taking a math and English or whatever in summer school, do not put that into My Blueprint. I want you to select an extra elective instead. In other words, in my blueprint, you should only enter courses that you plan to take during the regular school year. So that's 2021 and 2022 school year. Summer school registration is completely separate. That happens in April or May, and information for that will be posted on the Georgetown School website, the Georgetown Guidance website, and the Gary Allen website, who actually is the school that offers summer school programming. Now, once you hit grade 11, the terminology of the courses do change. You will recall in grade 9 and grade 10, they were called academic and applied and locally developed courses. That changes now once we hit grade 11. So the course types, sometimes students refer to them as levels in grade 11 and grade 12. They're actually named after the pathway destination that they lead to. So by that, I mean the new vocabulary is university instead of academic, college instead of applied, and workplace instead of essential or locally developed courses. In other words, the academic courses that used to be signified by the letter D in the course code are now the terminology changes to the destination that they lead to. So that would be U, or university level. And it really does equip students with the knowledge and skills needed to meet the entrance required for university programs. Those applied courses in grade 9 and grade 10, the terminology and vocabulary does change now to the term college, and those courses equip students with the skills and knowledge that they need to enter college programs and apprenticeship programs as well. The essential or locally developed courses, though the terminology now changes to workplace, signified by the course code E, or the letter E, I should say, in the course code, and that equips many students for their apprenticeship programs or training programs and the workplace. Now, in grade 11, there's actually a new course type. There is now a new pathway that did not exist before in grade 9 or grade 10, and that is called university/college, commonly known as mixed, signified by an M in the course code. And this really equips students with the knowledge and the skills needed to meet the entrance requirements for specific programs at universities and colleges. Now, not all departments offer mixed courses, but the ones that do are arts, business, geography, history, math, social sciences, humanities, and technology. So any student from academic grade 10 and applied grade 10 would be able to take university/college, otherwise known as mixed level course, in their grade 11 year. So for example, you can see the math pathway here. So if I look at the grade 9 applied math, some students from grade 9 applied math, or most students, would go into the grade 10 applied math. But once you hit grade 10 applied math, there is the option to actually go to the university/college grade 11 mixed math, which is called functions and applications course. That is one option. However, another option would be the grade 11 college level foundations for college mathematics, grade 11 college pathway math course. The other option would be the workplace math course as well, mathematics for work and everyday life, MEL3E. For those students who were in academic in grade 9 or ended up in academic in grade 10, your options include grade 11 university pathway functions course, MCR3U, as you can see at the top of the third column here. This course would certainly be required for anyone attempting to go at a post-secondary program for sciences, engineering, health sciences, perhaps even business, these sorts of programs. The other course is the same one that I mentioned earlier from the grade 10 applied, the functions and applications, MCF3M. That is a university/college, otherwise known as mixed pathway course that anyone from the academic 10 or the applied 10 would be able to take. That is kind of the natural progression for most students when they take a grade 11 math, unless you are heading towards the sciences, as I say, engineering, business, or health sciences. You'll see actually there are no mixed pathway math courses in the grade 12 year. It returns back to college, or university level. So it's only this one course in the mathematics department that has the mixed pathway. For English, this is an example of a department that does not offer any mixed pathway courses. English grade 9 academic turns into grade 10 academic, which turns into grade 11 university and grade 12 university. For applied, it would be grade 9 applied to grade 10 applied to grade 11 college pathway to grade 12 college pathway. And same with the essential or locally developed, grade 9 and 10 locally developed turn into grade 11 workplace and grade 12 workplace. So, what are the post-secondary destinations? Generally, we say that there are four initial destinations after high school. That would be apprenticeship, which is really on-the-job training, and it does require some college courses as part of the program. So, you will be sent to a college to learn that trade school theory, really, and that's the theoretical work. But then you also have on-the-job training when you are placed with an employer. It usually takes about 3 to 5 years to get your apprenticeship certified. For college, this is more applied learning and it's training for a specific career, a lot more hands-on in comparison to university programming. College can be a 1 to 2 year certificate, a 2 to 3 year diploma or advanced diploma, or even a 4-year degree at Ontario colleges. University is certainly more theoretical thinking and expands the knowledge with much more broader ideas, and it's typically about a 4-year degree. And then workplace is something that you would enter directly after high school, where you develop your work readiness skills and your employability skills. So, really, what are the recommendations that we as a guidance office really suggest to those students when they're thinking about these different pathways? If you're leaning towards the apprenticeship pathway, we would suggest the college or workplace English and math courses. Those are really key courses that you will need in terms of that pathway. You could enter an OYAP program, an Ontario Youth Apprenticeship Program, in your final year of high school, or even as grade 13 in high school if you want. Effectively, that's a pre-apprenticeship program, and I'll get into that in a little bit more detail shortly. The Designing Your Future course could be very beneficial as it allows students to really develop their own personal pathway plan for what their post-secondary destination will be. And then co-op would be a great opportunity for students in apprenticeship pathway, as you would be placed in with an employer here in the local Georgetown community, and rather than going to classes, you'd be working in the community, and you'd have a boss and a teacher who would both mark and grade you. If you're interested in the college pathway, we certainly suggest that you take college pathway English for any program that would require a diploma for post-secondary. There are college programs that are degrees, as I mentioned earlier, but those would require university pathway English for gaining entry into those programs. If you're interested in college, we would suggest that you keep math through all 4 years of high school, including grade 12, even though it may not be required as part of your diploma, but it's certainly a suggestion for any program that is more in the technical skills area. So we would suggest grade 11 and grade 12 college pathway math. For those students entering or planning to head towards university, we suggest university English as well as university and mixed pathway courses such as math, science, history, geography, anything really at the university and mixed pathway. And then in terms of workplace, if you're thinking about heading to the workplace directly after high school, we would suggest that you take workplace English, math, and science, as well as the Designing Your Future course that I mentioned earlier, as well as co-op. In terms of your options, I mentioned at the start of the presentation, you do have 6 electives in your grade 11 year typically, and really the options really expand in comparison to grade 9 and grade 10. You can expand through even taking some grade 12 courses, maybe in a later semester or quadmester as an option, but these are all our grade 11 options, all the way from dance to technology, everything from architecture to fashion to parenting to Aboriginal issues and forces of nature, geography, travel and tourism, world history, ancient civilization history, law, marketing. There's so many options for students to take: guitar, dance, drama, baking, construction, cabinet making. There's so many different options to fill up those 6 spots, but we do suggest that depending on whatever pathway you are heading towards, of those 4 that I mentioned in the previous slide, that you keep some of our recommendations in terms of your elective options in mind. We do have some specialized programming options for both grade 11 and grade 12 that you might want to think about. Cooperative education, as I say, is when you're working in the real world and you're experiencing on-the-job training from the boss that you work for and the teacher that evaluates you when they visit. Really, you're out in the community, you're working for a non-for-profit organization, or you're working for the town, or you're working for a small community business, and you're working towards on-the-job training, but also earning high school credits by working. You really gain that valuable work experience by going every day to this workplace, and typically it is 2 credits. In a regular school year, it would be morning, where period 1 and period 2 you would have co-op, or it would be in the afternoon, like period 4 and period 5. You can earn up to 12 credits in co-op. So if you are someone that is really interested in having a co-op placement, you can continually use that same placement or a variety of placements over a variety of semesters or quadmesters. We do offer specialist high skills majors, and the best way that I can kind of paint a picture of what this is, it's kind of similar to majoring in a subject like you would in university. You might pick a major of history or a major of biology or something like that in university, but you can do the same thing through high school through our specialist high skills majors. You could major in a particular area of study at high school. So really you focus your high school learning on that particular area of interest, but not only is it the courses that you take, but it's also your out of classroom experiences like field trips, there's certifications, there's real world experiences, there's reach ahead activities that you do, there's guest speakers that come in, there's trainings that you go to, and it really not only builds your resume, but it also builds the skills that are really relevant to the world these days. It's an excellent opportunity that leads to scholarships, and it may help determine in your mind whether you're heading in the right direction for your post-secondary pathway. And the cool thing about this is when you graduate, your Ontario Secondary School Diploma will actually have a bright red seal on it, and it will say that you have earned your high school diploma with a SHSM designation. At Georgetown, we actually offer 7 SHSM programs, including our Earth program, which focuses on environmental issues, our transportation, which is auto and auto service, hospitality and tourism, which is chef training. We have our HELP program, which is justice and emergency services. We have manufacturing, focusing on welding. We have our construction technology SHSM, which is construction, woodworking, and even architecture and design. And then we offer a newer one that just started this year, which is sports. So if you're interested in any of these general subject areas, you might want to specialize your entire high school diploma through enrolling in one of these SHSM programs. And if you are interested, we suggest that you explore the program on your My Blueprint account. You can express interest right on My Blueprint, or you can contact one of your guidance counselors to have a chat with them about what program would be the best fit for you. More details on all of these programs are found at haltonpathways.ca. The Ontario Youth Apprenticeship Program that I mentioned earlier is generally something that students would do in their grade 12 or 12 plus year, but effectively what it is starting an apprenticeship while you were in high school rather than afterwards when you're a high school graduate. It is effectively a pre-apprenticeship program. You get that hands-on learning in the classroom. You learn that trade school year 1 theory. You have a co-op component where you are then out in the community, but it's an apprenticeship program and you get the support of your classroom teacher and your co-op teachers, and you also get the support of your employer that you're working for. Often this does lead to apprenticeships in themselves, real apprenticeships after you become a high school graduate. Georgetown does offer 3 OYAP program, including hairstyling and aesthetics, which is our cosmetology program, our transportation program, which is our auto and auto service, and then construction in our woodshop classroom with Mr. Rusk. Again, more information on these can be found at haltonpathways.ca. If you're interested in taking the International Baccalaureate Diploma program, you may have been in the ALP, the Accelerated Learning Program, in grade 9 or 10, but you don't necessarily have to be a graduate of that. But the IB program does begin in grade 11 and grade 12. You can take the full IB diploma, or you could pick and choose IB courses if you want. There are academic courses both at the standard level, like history, math, and French, or the higher level, like English, biology, chemistry, and visual art. There will be other additional things that you have to do as part of your diploma if you take the full diploma program, like the CAS hours and the extended essay. But Mr. Stewart, who is the IB and ALP coordinator, has a great website and an entire video that overviews the IB diploma program. And if you have more or need more information about that, you can either contact Mr. Stewart. His office is the Special Education Office, which is right behind the guidance office here in the school, or you can navigate to the GDHS IB website, which is gdhsib.weebly.com. You can access that directly from the Georgetown High School website. So now that you know what you need in order to choose your grade 11 courses, now it's up to you. You need to log into your My Blueprint account by going to myblueprint.ca/Halton. It is very important that you go to myblueprint.ca/Halton and that you put /Halton on the end, because then you will get a green button that says log in with your school account, and you can just type in your school email and password, and that gets you automatic access to your account. So that's where you will choose your grade 11 courses. You will see all the course descriptions in there. You can express interest in your SHSM programs, and then get in contact with the program leads, in other words, the teachers for those programs, to find out more information. But this is where you will choose your courses. And if you're not sure how to use My Blueprint, what I've linked here is a slideshow presentation. You can just click the link that's directly in the website itself, and it gives you a step-by-step guide. As I mentioned, when you go to /Halton, the My Blueprint site, you'll see the green button, a school account login, and there's a step-by-step guide, exactly what you need to do, how to fill in your courses, and how to go ahead and press submit. So that's the step-by-step guide for My Blueprint. If you're interested in knowing the whole list of all the grade 11 courses, but maybe even grade 12 courses, if you want to kind of plan out what your grade 12 year would be like as well, you can certainly do that in My Blueprint. But what we've got here is a handy chart that lists all of the courses that we are proposing to offer in our 2021-2022 school year. And this includes all the prerequisites. So you can see if it is a U/C course, that is a mixed level course. You can see right here, and then it would tell you what prerequisite that you need in order to take that course. In other words, what grade 9 or grade 10 course that you must have already completed in order to do that course. So there's all the departments here: arts, business, Canadian World Studies, all the way down to all of the tech offerings at the end of the sheet. So that's a really great resource for you to see all of the grade 11 and 10 offerings that we are proposing to offer next school year. If you do have any questions, you can certainly email us. All of our email addresses are on the website, go.hdsb.ca/guidance. If your last name is between A and G, Miss Mistruzzi would be your guidance counselor. Her address is on the website. If your last name is between H and M, Miss Tin would be your guidance counselor. Her address is also on the website. And if your last name falls between N and Z, I would be your guidance counselor, Mr. Pursuti, and my address is also on the website. So feel free to email us questions, or if you are confused by some of this presentation, or just need to clarify things, or need to have a guidance appointment to discuss, we are more than happy to do that with you. Thank you for listening, and we wish you good luck as you choose your grade 11 courses this year.